Hello fellow stackers, 365 here, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I wanted to speak to the newer precious metals investors out there, people that have not necessarily got any precious metals and they're just kind of searching to find a little bit of information and work out why there's so many people that are converting the fiat currency, which you'll know as your country's currency. It could be dollars, it could be pounds, whatever it may be. Fiat currency is the term for money. Now, lots of people say that you can't class this as money, but that's a topic for a different day. But for the person that has not really looked into this sort of thing before, let's call this money. This is what you go down to the shops at the moment and you buy things with. Now, the reason why so many people are, especially with the recent kind of things that have gone on in the US with the banks and all the rest of it, the reason why people are changing their fiat currency into silver is because if you look at the last, say, 20 years on the graphs, now you can search this graph on many different websites. I personally like Bullion by Post graphs because they're very, very easy to use. They're very accurate. They go back many years, and you can also search lots of different assets on there as well, and different commodities. But if you go to any website and you look at the graphs, just do the last 20 years, for example, and you can see that gold and silver has gone up. Now, there's not many graphs out there that show you how much the fiat currency has gone down. It's very hard to kind of see a graph that actually shows you the spending power and how it's being lost. So it's quite hard to kind of visualize. However, I've been reading a book by Rob Dix, and Rob Dix, if you haven't heard of him, is a property investor from the UK. He's also written a number of books and he's really good author. He simplifies, this book's called The Price of Money. He simplifies kind of the terms that the government use and the politicians use and the financial kind of team use. He's very good at simplifying things so that when you read it, it makes sense. Obviously, they don't want it to make sense, so they use all these big words and they kind of like it when people don't really understand what's going on. But this book really breaks it down, so I would recommend it. Now, there's a graph that he's had put together and it really makes it so you can actually visualize it. Now, this graph is showing you the buying power of £100 over time. So it shows you that from 1837, £100 is basically worth £100. So you can buy £100 worth of goods for many years up until around about 1917, and then that's when it really starts to plummet. And you can see as the years have gone on, this graph goes up to 2017, but you can see how much spending power the £100 has lost in a fairly short space of time in the grand scheme of things. Now, it's really good to be able to kind of visualize it and see a graph. And I haven't seen many of these graphs knocking around, and I'm pretty sure he got his team to put this graph together. So it's a really good book. I would definitely recommend it. There's a little bit there. You can read it if you want to, if you want to pause it. It's basically explaining that in 1837, £100 would buy you £100 worth of goods. And from the chart, £100 would still buy you £100 worth of goods up until 1914. And then obviously from 1914 was when it all went tits up. So yeah, really, obviously an interesting book there. And like I said, I just wanted to kind of show you it in terms of a graph so you can really get your head around it. And then you can really see why people are converting their fiat currency that is going down in value year over year. At the moment, the inflation is around 11 or 12%. So every single year, this is £100 here, if you drew this out the bank and you put this under your pillow and you just left it for a year, the following year at the moment, like I said, inflation's between 11 and 12%. This would be worth like 11 or 12% less at the end of the year. That's a fact because that's inflation. That's what inflation means. It means how much your spending power is being eaten away every single year. Now, the difference can be said with precious metals. Now, again, with any sort of investments, you do get ups and downs. You can't buy this stuff and expect to double your money or triple your money or anything like that. Precious metals are kind of a hedge against inflation. It's a way of transferring your fiat currency into something that's going to hold its value long term and slowly increase long term. Now, if you look at the graphs for the last 20 years, you'll see that gold and silver has performed very well. However, you've seen the graph that I've just shown you how fiat currency is handled, and it has been absolutely atrocious returns if you was to kind of just hold onto your cash. So definitely worth looking into. Like I've said before, I'm not a financial advisor, so you need to decide what investment vehicle works best for you. But what I can say is this is not the way to make money and increase your wealth by holding on to this stuff. There's no point even putting this stuff into a 0.5% savings account or something like that, because like I said, inflation is at minimum 11% at the moment, so you're still going to be down 10.5% if you're in a savings account that's making you 0.5%, for example. So I want to keep this video nice and short, and I don't want to overcomplicate it. I want this video for those of you that have kind of newly entered the stacking kind of world, and just to kind of make people understand why us as stackers get rid of this stuff and convert it into this stuff. So let me know what you think about that video. As always, thanks very much for watching. I'm going to show you that graph once more because I think it is a very, very great visual to show you how much your £100 spending power and buying power is just absolutely been obliterated over the years. Absolutely insane. Look at that. I don't even know what it's sitting at if you follow it along. What, £5 or something, compared to, it can buy you £5 worth of goods compared to like £100 back in the day. Absolutely insane. So yeah, just a really nice visual there. So yeah, let me know what you think about this video in the comment section. As always, thanks very much for watching, and I hope you have a nice day.